Good evening and welcome back to lovely Sosnovka. It's quite late, it's almost 7 PM, but look, our baby trees are starting to flourish and grow. We've just grabbed the sunflowers because they need selling. We've sold nothing today. The potatoes are still being harvested. The poplar is still being planted. We'll go and look in over there. The harvester is almost done on... Is it field 4? No, it's not field 4, is it? It's field 19. Excuse me, map confusion. Bound to happen at my age. And the day is getting on. This is much later than I think a day has ever run before. And it's starting to get a little bit dark. We've never really played in the dark. What I intend to do, get on with the field work as quick as possible. If we have any yard work to do, then at least we've got the trusty old flood lights to help us. So as soon as this harvester is finished, he looks like he's got a couple of rows left to do. We'll be getting this stuff off to sell. We're up here with the Schluter, planting the poplar. He's getting a little bit confused at the end of this field. Right, the difference you can see, I'm going to view right out. This side of the field is one crate, the right hand side there. I've let him plant it the way he is now, and then I've put him back to one of these gaps and let him go again. Just kind of double plant the field. A little bit cheeky maybe, but the harvester is going to be quite an expensive machine for us to get hold of, so we really want to maximise what it is we're harvesting. Now, I'm not sure, again, like I was, well, I knew what was going to happen with the forestry harvester that we used here, that it wasn't really going to pay for itself, not the way we were using it. And to be honest, I'm not even sure the poplar is, but we've got to do it. And I think now with this playthrough, we're at the point where we've got a nice income coming in. We're, you know, the premier farm, we're the collective leaders, and we can trial some new stuff. Even if it all doesn't work out, we'll give it a go. Make things a little bit more interesting. I like getting my hands on new machinery and just trying things out. The Altenstein playthrough, obviously, which we need to get cracking on, is very dependent on making money and buying land. And so slightly different situations are here. We're not under any obligation to make a profit, really. We just got to make milk. Hit the milk quota and everything is lovely. 3 miles an hour all day long. Quite a nice little animation though. I wish there were a couple of people doing something. I guess this, they'd be... The seed is like, I guess cuttings. Just getting tucked in there. Whereas the saplings obviously is kind of a young tree being stuck in a hole or a rut. Anyway, God, it looks a little bit stormy. Nice, I quite like that. Quite a nice evening sky. Right, we're just heading over to the village grain elevator, which is the sell point across the river from where we're planting the poplar. Oh, we left the plough up here, must remember that, up here. So we can cut across the river here. Massey 200, a very good vehicle for such shortcutting. We do need to make sure we sell the right crop, which is the sunflower. It's not quite the best price on the map here, but there's a few dollars in it. And this saves us driving all the way across the map, and then we're up to the grain elevator to sell the soy. And we've got 20,000 here in the trailer that we're taking to sell, and we've got about 3,500 left, which we shall keep in storage for now. Let me just double check. Village grain elevator, sunflowers 743, fantastic. Bakery is higher actually, but no. How are we looking for the vegetable warehouse? Is definitely the best price for the soy, so yeah, we'll do it this way. So we shall sell sunflowers here. We shall head to the vegetable warehouse with the rest of our crop. Sun's going down quite quickly. Fully lit. That's all we get. Now we accidentally planted half a field of corn over here, behind the back of the field. That's handy because the pigs will need some. They are a little bit short on the grain, but I think we'll get to feed them before they run out tomorrow. It's not too panicking if they do run out of something for a while. They only lose that percentage of their productivity for the time they haven't got it. It doesn't matter how much is in the trough, as long as there's some. As long as there's 5 litres left in there when I've refill it, they've never dropped in productivity. And as soon as I can refill it, that percentage for whatever food type it is back there. Seasons, it's a different thing, because as soon as they're out of food types or water, they start dropping in health very quickly, and it takes much longer to get it back than it does to lose it. Very fast. No zombies in Sosnovka. I do like that little Halloween thing where the pedestrians all become zombies. You would have seen it on the Sosnovkan playthrough. Sorry, Altenstein, what am I thinking? Now. Vegetable warehouse. I can cut you up a little bit, go on. It's okay, I'm turning left. Again, I'm just going to double check in case of some weird market crash. I am at the right place, am I not? No, I'm not, you see. I'm glad I double check. I'm at the vegetable warehouse. I need to be at the vegetable warehouse. Oh, I was confused by the 666 there. Right, okay. Pardon me, right. Select the back trailer. Unload him. And that should be a reasonable amount of money. 20,000 litres, about 18,000. That's my guess. Oh, that was pretty close. 17,972. That's quite close to 18,000, isn't it? Anyway, that's that done. We need to get back. We need to cut some grass. We need to make some hay. Oh, come on. Well done. This machine seems to have much more grunt than its horsepower. 88 horsepower suggests. Yes, we need to get back to the farm. We need to mow some grass. We need to figure out how we're going to manage the potato crop today. Here's the Sosnovkan way to unload your harvester without involving a trailer. About 3,500 litres of soy going into storage. I'll get inside for the rest of this journey because it keeps the noise down a little bit. We do have to disentangle, although it's not that noisy when I'm not actually running the harvester, is it? So we should be okay. Just going to take this around and give him a wash, or leave him there to be washed. Alright, now we've got to get that pipe in. Beautiful. Almost like I've done it before. Now we won't fit in the wash point with the header on, but that's okay. We know a way. Checking the lights. I so rarely work when it's even getting dark. I'm more likely to be working on the dark in the morning in seasons than I am to be working in the evening, to be honest with you, unless there's something odd going on. Right, we'll just leave you there. The Massey 200C. We're going to mow today with you. Come on. You can have a go on the mower. because everyone else is just a little bit busy anyway. But we need to make some hay today. Rather than when the sun shines. It could even be after the sun's gone down, but that's okay. There's nothing too complicated to be done. Off you go. Just checking the date on the fire extinguisher there before we give this a wash. It's all okay. Sosnovka compliant. I have to do odd things like that sometimes at work. I am one of those people who from time to time does a risk assessment. Actually they're not, they're site survey audits. So don't tell anyone, but I do have my own clipboard and hard hat. And that's going to be our little secret. He's all looking good. Right, should have a little look around. There's so many sheds on this map. I do feel bad. But so many of them just remain empty. How are we getting on over here? You okay? Yep. That was very odd how the worker, when it was fertilising here, switched round and joined me in doing the job, fertilising this field. It seemed, and it skipped, I don't know, it's weird, it skipped a part. I guess I could set it up. We'll try that next time. Stunt job doing. I don't know, right. I'm also having a little wander around just to remember where everything is. I haven't actually played for a couple of days, been very busy. Taking down, tidying up various backyard stuffs. Ready for the winter. Right, how's the potato guy getting on? I reckon we must be nearly done here. I'm not sure why I've got this sign on my little dirt track. Doesn't even really look like a car, does it? Don't know. Anyway. Are we done over here? 2 more rows, that's fine. And I think it's going to be down to the little Zeta to actually pick those up. Oh wow, it does look very nice down here, doesn't it? Why aren't your lights on, little Zeta? I don't think workers put their lights on soon enough. Right, we're nearly done. Now I did mention when we were making the field up here that the terrain got rather rugged over here, and that's why I took those trees down and thought I'd kept the field away. But there you go, not to worry. The Schluter went into safe mode by the look of it. Should we do a little bit of this ourselves at 3 miles an hour? We can have a little chat. Oh, by the way, something to bear in mind. Poplar takes 2 days to become mature and ready to harvest. So although the yield's quite good and the money can be good, especially if you get a good price, and do bear in mind that that's 2 days you weren't growing something else. So in terms of profit, you do have to factor that in, that you could have made 2 days of soy and made, you know, that double profit from what you feel like you've made from one harvest of this. So for those of you who like to keep an eye on your maps and stuff like that, bear that in mind. You see what I've done there? Just planted that right up close. Now this guy did earlier. The reason I switched him from the midway point on the field to there is when I refilled his pallet. And these take 2,000 litres, so a lot. I don't think I'll use all of that double planting this field. He got quite confused and started planting back over himself. If there's kind of any spot he can fit any in on a row, he will, even if he's only like doing like that one little bit along here. He'd quite happily have, you know, done a whole row for that. So he does take a little bit of a keeping an eye on. It's a very grubby, dirty job. Okay, it's tethering time in the Massey 200, and I'm I'm going to set the worker going, just keep a bit of an eye on him. Very neat, 3 rows into 1. But then obviously we've got quite a big mess. So we're going to get a wind row, because I think we're ready for that now. I think if you ted them 2 at a time, you can kind of bale it a little bit easier. But look at that. Carpet of hay. I'm going to leave the worker to do it because that's so spot on that I'm not going to interfere. So we're up at the shop and we're going to grab the good old snow blower. We're going to put the working light on it today. Where is he? Miscellaneous. There we go. Colour really doesn't matter. Go on. Why not? We'll lease him. We got the potato harvester back in 0.9 of an hour. So that did save us a bit of money. So that was cool. Alright, where do we want? I think we're going to put it on the back just to get it back to where we want it. Although of course this will work beautifully on the back of a tractor, as proved in Altenstein. Definitely need some lights on. Oh yeah, it's got good lights on the snow blower. Not a potato will be left unblown. Or this at our disposal. So, wind rowers. The one that's going to do that strip of grass in 1 row is this 9 meter, 9.3. There is also the Crone mod. Same width, bit more money. Bit of a luxury item, but again, we are at the cutting edge now of farm management, and we're just going to 280 a day. Oh yeah, we're never going to, well, we are eventually going to get to the hour, but we're going to be very careful with this machine. It should only need to do 1 run up that field a day once we've got it over there, and that's a long time to make up the purchase price on a daily rate. And that's the way we kind of manage things here, because we have to. Right, forestry stuff's up here. I do need to get back in the forest. We want the money from it. We do also have a little project to take care of. Part of the rejuvenation of Sosnovka. We built the municipal car wash down there. We've been asked, we were talking to the mayor about the work up in the woods and replanting the trees. He asked us if we could try to figure out a way to get some kind of sort of nature walk picnic area up there. So yeah, we'll look into that. We're going to have a look at what we can do to maybe give the area more amenity value. That's a phrase I actually hear in meetings. I got told off at work this week. How about this, guys? Right, I'm in a meeting. There's been an issue at work for a while. It's caused a lot of trouble. I mean trouble in terms of charges and inconvenience for people. And it's kind of clear what the issue is, but I was pulled into this meeting to address this issue, and the meeting that I was at was the one where the issue was to be identified. Now I'm well aware of the issue, I deal with it every day, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear what the problem is, but the person leading the meeting, and all credit to him, he's a great guy and he works really hard and he does it, you know, in terms of results he does a good job. But call me an old dinosaur, but this guy's been taught how to, you know, run the meetings to solve a problem at university, and I went to university, I've got nothing against graduates. So this was the session to identify the issue. There you go, worker. Perfect. Spot on. Look at that. That's almost made to measure. And 1 run a day of that, and then we just bale this mountain of hay that we're going to have up here. Using the square baler so we don't even have to stop. And then picking them up is going to become the bit we need to look into. Right, can we get out of the way? Yep, sorry. Anyway, so I've suggested at this meeting, yeah, the problem is this. I think we should probably look at that. And I was told, no, Mark, no, we're not here to discuss solutions today, Mark. We're here to identify the issue. Can we please park that until a later meeting? So there you go. Well, I offered the solution. It was rejected because it's not the meeting where we discuss solutions. Modern management. But like I say, I'm a dinosaur. Here we go, guys. We're going to get the lights on. We're going to get the beacon on. We are going to do this whole field in one run. We're turning the baler on. Probably just as well. We're in the 200. It's quite bumpy. There's quite a heap of hay we've made there. I know a tractor or two that might have trouble driving through that. There we go. Taking the misery out of baling and grass management. Obviously this this is all a little bit overkill for what we've got here, but further down the road when we've got 5,000 head of cattle to feed and we've got all these fields of grass, it's going to be exactly what we need, only even bigger. So I just wanted to get my head around it, show you guys, because we've started from such humble beginnings here, where we had to use a bucket and a trailer instead of a loading wagon because we couldn't possibly afford one. There's so much of the game I haven't really had a chance to show you, so I'm making sure I do now, as I said earlier. So profit is no longer any kind of issue. We are here to experiment and have a bit of fun. There you go, look at that. Oh, 53 litres of hay short of a full bale. I'm sure we'll find that on the way back. Oh, there's some grass there, that'll do it. Oh no, he's going. Did that just turn it into a bale of grass? It may well have. Right, we're obviously not going to drop these bales over here, but we can turn the baler off. I'm a little bit intrigued now. Did that 53 litres of grass turn the whole bale? You can use that to your advantage. The sneakiest one that I've ever used, I've not actually used it here, is you mow around the field boundary and just leave the grass there. You harvest your hay, sorry, your grain. You get the round baler, you fill up your bale with as much straw as you dare, as close to 4,000, and then you just pick up a couple of litres of grass. So you've not, all we've had to do is mow around the field. The straw's there to pick up. No tedding. Then you wrap the bale, then you've got silage, and then you've got money. Right, I'm a little bit intrigued. Assuming it's going to spit them both out. Yes, we've got one grass and one hay. From 53 litres out of 4,000. Yes, we did. Oh well, not to worry. Okay, we're back at the store again, the third time in this episode. We're returning this Gyrax fertilizer spreader. It was still glitching down right by the farm. I don't know why. God, you're dirty. Refusing to believe that it was that there was still manure to be used in the animal's trough. So we're going to return him. Won't be using him again. And what we're here to pick up is in baling technology. This again is a bit of a treat. It's going to save us a lot of time over time. This will pick up 4 bales for us and stack them neatly. We're going to lease it. Again, we're dependent on minimizing the hourly use. $250 a day is okay. We'll get the red one, of course, just so it fits in and looks smart. So let's have a little look at him, shall we? It's getting dark very quickly here in Sosnovka this evening. Let's have a little look, shall we? Quadra Pack 5. Yep, simply piles them up in there. Well, we'll see. We shall see you back at the field. Or should I say the stolen field boundary where we do produce our grass products. And as if by magic we are back at the farm. The potatoes are all ready to be picked up, but rather than let a worker do that at 6 miles an hour, we're going to do that ourselves. We also need to figure out how we're going to move them around. Right, operating position. What does that involve? Oh wow, like magic, literally. So we just literally drive along here. I shan't say literally again, apart from that time. Oh, too quick. Like most balers, it does have a little internal cycle. I should say bale picker up. Job is, it has a little cycle inside on the machinery you need to pay attention to. How many have we got left up there? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 and that. So we're on about 10 bales a day. Sometimes we seem to get 11. And you can see now our new streamlined baling technology based process is going to save us a lot of toing and throwing and front loadering. And then I think with this super maneuverable tracked vehicle, we can even just, well, with any vehicle, we can back this back in here. I'm not quite sure how it drops them, so we'll see. Unload bales. Unload bales here. Bales have gone. Close back. We may as well leave it in the operating position to go and get the rest. Well, wow. Well, there you go. That is incredibly labour saving. Well, that certainly saved us some time getting those hay bales in and under cover. We're going to grab the trailer because we want some potatoes to stash in there. We're going to drop this bale of grass over into the cow trough at this end of the enclosure, just so I feel better. Happy cows. Yeah, as I say, this is purely an aesthetic thing, but if you don't make a point of putting some food into this end, this trough will stay quite bare. So there you go, just to make me feel better. Right, we need to get these potatoes tidied up. It's just past 8 o'clock. We've been at this for an hour, and it's certainly getting darker. So we can leave this guy here. I think we are going to select the big Zeta for this. I just think it will handle the weight a little better of moving a load. Now last time we did this, obviously I leased all of those trailers. I'm going to fill these ones up and then have a little think. And I think, as we learnt before, right, A, the field is ever so clean. There's no straw or anything left on this field, so we're not going to jam up the blower like we did before. Well, I had some issues before. You can get around them, you just need that extra trailer around. Now I don't think I'm going to need one today, so lower, turn on. I should get 3 rows at once and we'll fill this trailer incredibly quickly. Look at that, nearly 20 miles an hour, 20, 21, 22. Very odd. The only machine I know of that seems to have no kind of speed limit attached to it whatsoever. Right. Let's get these ones put away. And these, then we've definitely got some if we want to replant potatoes in the future. Right, now you only... you select the right tool, of course. Unload here. Just drive out. Nice and slowly so we don't take the roof off. There you go, finish unloading. And for now we'll just leave the Brantner trailer here. That's the one that's on lease. Kind of our emergency overflow jobby. Now I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'm going to leave these two trailers hitched together. And I think the snowblower will be able to blow into both of them. Not sure. Some machines can, some don't. Right. Lower. Oh no. Lower. On. Let's see. Sorry, concentrating. Trying to keep it nice and straight. I can see I could let the worker do this at 6 miles an hour. If it was another time of day, I maybe would. But I really don't need to at the moment. There's not really much else can be done on this field until it's at least kind of a third clear. Really should have your lights on. Might have to give him a bit of a toolbox talk about that. Right, we're going to fire the worker. Sorry, we're going to let him have a little break. We're not firing anybody, obviously. And we're going to put our lights back on because we like it. We're going to lower, switch on. Did we just... It's happened right there. Did we get a little bit of grass or something? This is what I mean. I really thought I'd been quite careful. This can happen. But we do have the Brantner. We left it around the corner. But if we drive this around here, is it going to auto detect that one and blow into it? Because it can. No, we need to drop these. Did it actually do something then? Let's have a look. No. There you go, it hadn't actually registered anything. But I'm quite sure that it did just pick up a smidgen of something. If it picks up okay again now, we know this was the case. Right, select the right tool, lower on. Stopped again, right. A little odd. What we have the little Zeta for. On the standby. We'll bring the Brantner around here. See what the phantom blockage is caused by this time. Very odd. Very Sosnovkan. Right, so get out of this little Zeta into the bigger Zeta. Drop them. Well, what have we just blown into there? Is it? Ah. Where's it blowing that? I see what's happening now. Right, we need to drop this trailer. I think it's counting the trailer as full. Ooh. like me to be klutzing around the place, is it? That's odd, because that trailer's not full, not quite. We're having a moment. Nope, now we're picking them up. I think it was detecting the other trailer. I'm getting a little confused as to what it was supposed to be doing there. We're just heading down to the freight yard with the second road train, because the old ways are the best ways of potatoes. I don't think I've been here before in this entire playthrough. The price is very good here. We sold the first train, 95,000 litres up at the bakery. And the starting price was 219, and it's down to 173 now. Freight yard is 218 here now, and there's a great demand at the transport company of 199. So I'm not sure whether we're better off. I'm not sure how quickly the price falls, is I think the point I'm trying to make. Do we get paid instantly here, or do we have to send a train? No, we do have to send a train. There's the train switch there. So we won't actually be able to tell unless we... Let's see. $218. We're just going to see. I guess it counts maybe as all selling at once. So the price can't drop as we're doing it. That would be cheeky, wouldn't it? $218. Well, if it's going to work like that, we'll see if the price suddenly drops when the train arrives wherever it's going. $218. Ooh, that was a little disorientating. For you to finish emptying. Off you go, Mr. Train. Right, and of course we can take full advantage and tell the Ministry of Logistics to pick those up from here. And we'll just back up and get our one home. And there's a little bit of seeding just getting finished. There's a little bit of fertilizing just getting finished. But that, for today, is just about it. So I'll see you for our midnight chat over by the cattle. And here we are. Almost midnight. We're keeping things clean and tidy. It makes quite a big difference when you fast forward time in the game. If you just say walk away and leave this to run from 8 PM till 8 AM or whatever, you're going to accumulate a lot of mess, and it really does, particularly with the cows, affect their production. So I always just sit here when I'm going till the next morning, literally backwards and forwards, flick to the pigs, tidy them up once or twice over the night, but really concentrate on keeping these milk machines clean. God, this is the longest minute. There you go. $20,700 worth of milk. We're up to $60,000 in cash, which is great. If we have a quick look at the numbers, I mean, there's really no need to focus on them quite like we were, simply because we used to struggle and need to know where every penny went. So Thursday was the day we've just finished, obviously. All the usual, leasing cost is up, but we've grabbed a lot of new pieces of equipment. And today is, well, this episode has been quite fast and frenetic because it was getting dark. We've done this all in like 2 hours of work. So we'll have a look at some of the stuff we grabbed in a bit more detail tomorrow when we can see it better. We sold that little bit of wood, clearing the field for the poplar. We sold our milk. up quite significantly today. I think again that's down to paying a bit more attention to the cleanliness. Harvest income, that one field of potatoes, slightly more laborious than it is. Look, it just adds $22,000, $23,000 a day onto our harvest income. Yeah, if we planted everything in potatoes, maybe we'd be much richer. But if we actually, yeah, we'll look at that going forward. It's interesting, but we definitely need to make it a little bit less laborious if we can afford it. But we'll see. We do have the freedom to do so, of course. Wages, well, they are what they are. They're kind of insignificant compared to the money we've got coming in now. So anyway, we'll be back very soon with another episode. From here in Sosnovka, we're going to wish you a good night. Leave us a like, leave us any comments, any requests, any notifications that you might want to give us, any ideas whatsoever. Subscribe, click that notification bell if you want to know when a new video comes out. And from Sosnovka, good night.